It's Joy from the Women's AI Visibility Institute. And what we're going to talk about today is what we learned in Florida. We haven't really talked about that very much. In every state, we learned something new. But in Florida, what we learned was really interesting. So if you think about if a potential client asked ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, who is the best attorney for their case, and you're a woman practicing in Florida, the odds are your name's not going to come up. And here's what we found out and why it matters for your law practice. Here's what we did. We didn't guess, we didn't do a survey, we did a real study, and we looked at 422 women attorneys practicing in Florida and asked three AI systems, these are the three we always use, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity, about each and every attorney. We scored every response against a detailed framework that we've been developing from Colorado to Texas, now Florida, built specifically to measure how visible and how accurately represented each attorney was. That's our 112-point model, and it's getting more rigorous per state because as we learn more, we modify. But this is what we found in Florida that was so interesting to us and hopefully to you. It's what we call platform inversion. You'd expect the AI platform most connected to Google, Gemini, would be the best at recognizing real attorneys. Google has so much data within its system, within its ecosystem. It has Google Maps, it has your email through Gmail, it has Googling, it just has so much information to draw from. But what we found was the opposite. That platform, Gemini, recognized women attorneys the least, despite having the deepest access to the kind of data that should have helped. It was surprising to think about a platform that has the deepest, broadest data that it doesn't have to buy didn't surface women attorneys more. It didn't give them higher scores. And what that shows us is more access to information doesn't translate to more accurate recognition. That's a signal that something structural is going wrong, not just a data gap that will fix itself over time. What I'm saying is when you have a pool of information to pull from and you can pull anything out and the women didn't surface or get high scores above the threshold, then that tells you something else is going on. And what's going on is the structure isn't set up right. So bring it back to the real world, get out of the research world. And regardless of the practice, people are increasingly asking AI for recommendations before they ever type a search into Google. And when an AI system doesn't recognize an attorney's name or gets the basic facts wrong, that attorney effectively doesn't exist. This isn't a future problem, it's a today's problem. And the issue is it's only going to compound and get worse. So, over the next couple of days, we're going to break it down to specific segments: the solo practitioner, the woman that works in a small or medium sized firm, and then the woman that works in a large corporate firm. How does that affect a woman attorney in each of those specific areas? But the takeaway from today's video is just because Google has all the data doesn't mean it's going to find you, surface you, recommend you, cite you. And that means you have to take some action to make sure your structure, your framework, your entity is built. And that's what we do at WAVE. We teach women how to build their own entity, whether you're a solo practitioner, whether you're an attorney with 10 years experience, or whether you've climbed the corporate ladder. It doesn't matter your situation. It only matters that you build your own entity that AI can find for today and in the future. So I hope this information was helpful. Tomorrow we're going to focus on solo practitioners and the Florida data. So I hope you join us for that video. Thanks so much.